What's going on, guys? My name is Orphet. Hope you are having an awesome day, my friends. I got a kind of special video for you guys today. I got into the Division 2 beta. I had signed up for it, I think it was that Friday that it started. It was on the 7th. And I was hoping I got a code so I could do a video on it. And I didn't get a code that first day. So I was like super fucking sad. And then they sent me one the second day and I was like, oh, nice. So now I get to make a video on it. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about the Division 2. So I want to start off by saying I did like what I played. I played the original Division as well, got through the main story of that, did some of the end game. When they released the publicly acclaimed 1.8 update, made the game way better. I played a little bit as well then. Was a good experience as well. So mainly what I'm saying here is if you enjoyed the first Division, you will like this game, more than likely. If you're a fan of tactical shooters, you will like this game, and if you just like loot-driven games, think you will like this game. So, on to some of the more specific points about the beta and my experiences with that. So the game takes place in Washington, D.C. this time around. No more New York. Sorry, Tim lovers and Yankee hat aficionados. We got a new setting for you guys. So yeah, it's Washington, D.C., and right off the bat, the color scheme and the palette and the visuals they use, they're way better than the first game. First game was really dark and drab, but I mean, what do you expect from a city that's been overrun by a viral plague? I get it, but you want some vibrant settings in there. It just makes the whole experience better. So this game definitely does that, and my eyes were very happy as I was playing the game. Generally the story is same thing, follows the outbreak that killed a bunch of people. You have to deal with like local militia and rebel groups rising as a result of a city's downfall, which you'd probably expect. So that's the enemies you're going to be dealing with mainly in the game. It's just like armed civilians and such. Some military guys as well, because it's a tactical shooter, but pretty similar stuff to the first Division. The visuals, presentation. The visuals, they were solid. I want to say they were an upgrade over the original Division. They weren't anything too crazy. The textures in this game, holy shit. The texture pop-in was really bad. That's another one of those issues that I rarely ever point out, because in my experiences with games that have them, they're never that bad to point out. But my god, they were so bad in this game. I stood next to one NPC for about 20 seconds, waiting on her textures to load in, and they didn't load in all the way still. It was pretty appalling. It was hilarious as well, but Ubisoft, you gotta get that shit fixed. Textures were nuts. The presentation, the menus, they all look nice. Menus were a little convoluted. They could definitely use some simplifying. It's a lot of going through layers in the menus, a lot of tabs, a lot of options to pick everywhere, and usually you don't want to be sitting in a menu for like 30 or 40 seconds. You want to be able to get in and get out. So hopefully they can simplify that by the time the actual game comes around, but I doubt it. NPCs, right off the bat, huge plus. The city is actually populated with a lot more NPCs, people that are building their own little resistance camps, trying to fight back. You actually get the sense of like, civilian uprising in this game, way more than the first. You were kind of led to believe that was going on in the first game, but visually there wasn't much to kind of, help you do that. But this game there is, and it was actually a very welcome feature. Like, it was good to see, people walking around with guns, or, a group coming back, and there's a little HUD display saying, oh, coming back from a water retrieval, and it was just gave you this sense that the world was actually lived in. People are trying to survive after an epidemic like this, so I appreciated that. They also have a staff feature now, where when you're upgrading your bases, you can recruit individual people, and they will give you access to new parts of the bases, so you can do crafting, you can do weapon modding, all that stuff once you recruit these people. So it gives you an incentive to go out here and meet some of the NPCs and hopefully get them back at your base so they can help you out. Another part of the game that I really enjoyed was the public events. So they have these little events now where like there'll be a question mark on a map. You'll go to the question mark and there'll be, for instance, I'll use the example of the public execution. There'd be people, they have them on their knees or whatever, they're getting ready to execute them, and you gotta defend them. Shoot the initial guys, like another wave or two will come, you clean them up, and you get some XP and some rewards, like blueprints and stuff. So that was really cool. And again, they just appear on a map. There's multiple different kinds, so they're fun. They kind of keep the gameplay interesting. Another big plus, universal crafting. So Division 1, oh my god, the loot system in that game was so clunky and just it was unnecessarily complicated. So attachments were loot in that game, which could drop. So a lot of the times you were looking for attachments that had optimal rolls alongside obvious guns, armor. It was way too many loot drops in that game. So they've simplified this time around. Attachments are now craftable. So they're one-time craftables that can fit certain type of weapons. So if you craft a 5.56 mag, any gun that's 5.56, you can just put that on. Once you've crafted it the one time, that's all you need. You're good. The stats have a positive and a negative, so like you might get plus 10% crit damage, but you might lose 8% stability. So it kind of, incentivizes you to go for certain attachments depending on, what kind of gameplay style you're going for. And I like that. I like that the crafting was universal. Having to deal with all those extra mods and stuff was unnecessary. It had you in those fucking clunky menus for even more time than you want it to be. Skill changes were another welcome addition I liked. They're more, again, streamlined, simplified. Instead of upgrading certain wings of your bases, like in the first game you had security, tech, and medical, I believe, you would need to upgrade those to a certain level before you can start getting skills that were kind of associated with those wings, if you catch my drift. So to upgrade, med pack capacity or effectiveness of med packs, you needed to upgrade the med wing, etc. Now, you just get skill points, you go to your base, there's a special guy designated to giving you these upgrades, talk to him, boom, you get the skills you want as long as you have the points. And that was really, I like that, because it gave you a sense of urgency. You want a skill, you have enough points for it, you can get it. It should be as simple as that. They also had this system where you could get like SHD points, which were used to unlock your passives. So there was different level of passives. Like for instance, one would be, you can carry one more armor pack. Next level with a passive, you carry 2 more armor packs. There was other passives like your armor packs refill when you restock from the weapons crates. There was passives to allow you to, hold a second weapon. Passives that increase how many med kits you could take. Just, little quality of life things that, as they're working in the background, you appreciate them. Okay, so a few negatives. Positives, I like them. Negatives now. Sound bugs. Oh my god, the sound bugs. What the fuck? What is up with these games and the sound just completely shitting the bed? What are these audio engineers doing over there? Oh man, there was times where the sound would completely cut out, like 100%. You couldn't hear anything. There was other times where all sound but like footsteps would cut out. So you could imagine how disorienting that is to hear literally nothing but the sound of like airdrops falling, or footsteps every couple of seconds, or you fire your complete mag out of your gun but you only heard like 2 rounds of it. It was really fucking bad. Even one time I had to log out of the game to see if that would fix it, and upon logging back in, it didn't. So you needed to dashboard completely in order to fix the sound bug. A lot of people I was seeing on some videos I watched, they were saying that there was a lot of connection issues. I didn't really face any with the time that I played. I didn't get DC'd or anything. I didn't really play with anybody either. I did the whole thing solo, so that could be a reason, but I didn't get booted. I didn't really face any lag. Sponginess for enemies. The portion I played was an early game portion. You'll only go up to level 7. I didn't really experience bullet spongy enemies. I heard at the higher levels you do. They did offer a portion of the demo as end game, but I did not experience that portion. But I did hear once you get into that 3 and 4 player co-op modes, when the game starts scaling the enemies up, they become very bullet spongy, and that was a big problem in the first division. So hopefully they can find a good balance between how many players are actually playing the game and what's asked of the players to take down the enemies, because you want it to be challenging, but you don't want to be dumping 7 mags into one enemy. That's just, it's immersion breaking for one. 2, it's not fun. It's not fun gameplay. And why do we play games, ladies and gentlemen? There you go. You got it. To have fun. So that was, for the most part, my experience with the beta. Like I said, if you enjoyed the first division, you will like this game, I believe. Also, another quick note, they added in signature weapons. So your character can now bring technically a fourth weapon. You have your pistol, you have your two primaries, and you have what is signature weapons that they introduced. If I'm not mistaken, the three were a grenade launcher, a explosive crossbow, and I believe the final one was like a heavy caliber sniper rifle. I could be wrong, could be one other one, but yeah, I didn't get a chance to play with those. Again, that was part of the end game portion, but my experience with the beta extended only to the early game portion that you started with. So yeah, I mean, the game is looking cool. I am looking to try it out. You know, if I get a chance, an opportunity presents itself, you know, I'm done with Anthem, or I just need a new game to play around that time. It comes out next month, I believe March 22nd, so it's not that far away at all. But yeah, you know, did you play the Division 2 beta? What did you think? Were you a fan of the first game? Are you looking forward to this game? Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, thank you guys so much for watching the video. You guys have a good one, and until next time.